Hello, this is Barry McLean. I'm presenting on pharmacyinformatics.net. Today's topic, virtual barcode scanners, which ends up being a tool that I use all the time and hopefully find some utility in it. But overall, what we'll do, we'll discuss the use case, do a demo, and go over some setup that is necessary to get this to work for you or customize for your needs. But so why use a virtual barcode scanner? What's the reason for it? So first of all, if you work from home or remotely and moving around a lot, you might not have might not want to lug around a barcode scanner. You might not even have access to one. So that might be a good reason or use case for a virtual barcode scanner. The other, piece of this is, if you're doing a lot of troubleshooting or simulating barcode scanning for applications you're working on. Working in electronic health records, I'm always testing workflows or troubleshooting barcodes that don't work. I might be getting images of those. So a lot of times these are barcodes that are either given to me or I can produce um, and be able to scan it right from my monitor. So if you find yourself in that type of territory, I think a virtual barcode scanner tool could be helpful. So, without further ado, let's look at the tool that I recommend. So, Orpalis, it's a virtual barcode scanner. It's free. It takes no time to set up. Once you do, all you do is double click it, and then you'll see it running in your tray with this little icon. It does have some basic configuration. So if I right click, I can see I can copy whatever I scan directly to a clipboard, or I can send it directly to a window. I will say in my using of this all the time, it doesn't tend to work very well on a lot of different applications or situations. And it's a reason why I've created some clever ways to support it. But I'll show you that first. So if I output the window, I know that sending this to a notepad works perfect. So if I get a barcode up, get my notepad up, you'll see if I click on that little icon, I get this red rectangle. That really represents the barcode scanning area. That red box can actually get bigger or smaller depending on the size of your barcode. There are settings for that. So we'll hover over that barcode and we can see that it immediately sent the output to my window directly. So, I'm using a notepad or other tool that it works with. That is great. That's a great option. I will say that doesn't work all the time. And that is why I usually recommend having it set to copy to clipboard. So it basically works like a copy and paste. So, but in order to get that to work and simulate barcode scanning, I do have these scripts. I call them Barcode Berry. It uses AutoHotkey. So if I run this, I just double clicked it. I can see in my tray that script running. So Barcode Berry is up and running. I will pull up a tool that I've created on my website, pharmacyinformatics.net. I have a barcode scan test screen where you can scan on it. It's like a fancy notepad. So I'll get the scanner. I will hover over that barcode. If you didn't notice, that did turn green. So that's my sign that it did send that output. Instead of to a window directly, it's sent to the clipboard. So now, because I have this other script running to simulate a barcode scan, all you have to do is push a hotkey. And the hotkey that I have configured is Windows key plus B. You're going to see that I have some other configuration in Barcode Berry when I do this. So I scanned it right there onto this test screen. and you can see that there is the output. Now, the difference is that Barcode Berry does have by default a prefix and a suffix. It is a backslash. It also does a carriage return or presses enter after the scan. And the way reason I have that set up is that you have the configuration there, but also it's very common, and that's how it really works best for electronic health records. So that's how I have it by default. In my little test screen, I can scan multiple times. You can see I have a little history here. So this is another little bonus tool that you could use. You could copy the result you have here or export your little history of scans. So really the difference there between just sending it directly to the window is that when I had hovered over that barcode, it captured it, it sent it to the clipboard, and now to simulate the barcodes, submitting it, I have that script running where all I have to do whenever I want the scan, I just push Windows button plus B, and I can do that however many times I want. Now, one of the reasons why I like actually having the clipboard option is that I'm not always in the use case of scanning, a barcode. I might know what value I want to test. So it gives me the liberty to copy and paste something without actually scanning it. And then I can do that simulation of the hotkey. So pushing the Windows plus B. So that's how that's set up or works. We'll turn the script off here for a second. So I will show another item on my website, which is the virtual barcode scanning page. So this will go over all of the basic setup. So how do you download the Orpalis and it goes over some of those basic setup items. You're looking to use the script to simulate that barcode scanning and sending to Windows, any window that you're on, then you can come here and download those files. So you can download AutoHotkey. I have a link to that, and I also have the files here. So this gives very clear instructions to how to download it and also how to use it. I will show if I right click here and I edit script, you can see it's very simple script, but this is where I'm sending that prefix, and that's where I'm sending that suffix. So if that's something you didn't want, you could just remove those completely, and that would be fine. Or you could supplement it with a different character or whatnot, depending on what your application is. This is also where that carriage return is. So you don't want it to submit enter at the end. That would be how you would set that up. I do have a second option for Barcode Berry that does submit to any window, regardless if the Orpalis works or not. So it really hard codes the window that you want to send it to. So this is an example here, Barcode Berry 2, and I do have that on my webpage at the end. But you can see if you put in the name of the window, even just part of the name of the window that you want to submit to, it will know what to send it to exactly. So we can simulate Barcode Berry 2 to show how that actually operates. So if I go ahead and run Barcode Berry 2, I can see that the script is running. I do need to make sure that Orpalis is submitting to the clipboard for that to operate. Let me make sure that I have a barcode scan test screen clear. So what this will do is it will automatically submit the barcode scan directly to any window, and it will work where Orpalis doesn't, for sure. So if I scan that, you can see that it took me right to the screen, and I don't need to do any hotkeys in this situation. So it is set up to descend to this particular application. And like I said, all you need to do is really change the script here and what window you want to put in there. It doesn't even need to be a complete match of the window name. But that is an overview of this tool. I kind of showed some of the positives, showed some limitations, how I basically, account for that using these scripts. I find this to be a very useful tool, and hopefully you do too. Till next time, have a nice one.